Hello everyone, this is Stranger Hans here, back with another video, and today I'll be covering the 6 feet tall Wanda Webworth animatronic. And she is currently retailing for $270. So right off the bat, I have to say $270 is a steal for this thing. Not only is she a pretty big spider, but just look at the amount of detail. I know I said that for Tallulah last episode, but I mean, like, look at that face sculpt, it's so good. And I just like the fact that they gave her this kind of fabric-y, scaly texture to her skin. And just the fur, too. There's so much going on here, and I love it. And obviously she's a spider, so she has a lot of legs. But as you can tell, they should be pretty big once they're fully unfolded. I feel like those are adding a lot of height to her, because if you look down here, if I can pull up the photo, the spider herself, like up to the tip of her back, I guess you could say, she looks to be around 5'4", perhaps, something like that. 5.5 feet. But either way, she's pretty tall, especially when you have all of these posts upwards. I feel like that would add a lot of height to her, which could be why she's 6 feet tall, at least according to Spirit Halloween here. But yeah, she's really cool. And I have to say, out of all the props this year, she might be in my top 4 favorites. I'm not too sure where I would place her on my list, since I still have yet to see her in person, but so far I would say she's maybe in 4th place. But regardless, she's really cool, and I feel like she'll be a really good seller this year. Anyways, let's go on with the description. Wanda Webworth wasn't always mean and vindictive. She led a happy life spinning webs and snacking on beetles, mealybugs, and moths. Then one day, Wanda was basking in the sun, when suddenly she felt a sharp pain in her leg. It was that damned lab cleanup crew who were always sweeping, and this time, they yanked off one of her legs with a broom. She was so angry, she bit the human and was never the same again. Once she tasted that tainted human blood, her appetite became insatiable. As her hunger grew, so did her size exponentially. Wanda vowed to rid the Earth of all these pesky humans. So beware, you might want to avoid running into Wanda and stepping right into her grasp. So yeah, again, this prop is definitely a standout for this year's lineup. She's just really unique. And we've never had a spider prop that's this big. Okay, we have, but we haven't had one that's this tall before. And you can argue that Deadly Creeper was also pretty big, but this prop on the other hand is, vertically large. At least for a spider. We've never seen anything like this before, especially with the weird choice of legs they gave her, which I think really complements the character, because it makes her look a lot more bizarre. Again, she's supposed to be like a spider or some sort of mutant spider of sorts, but the thing is, she can also work as an alien because her design is so out there. It's not completely spider-like. It's more abstract in a way, which I really appreciate, because they could have made her just a regular spider or something, and really not deviate from the whole body plan that you usually see on spiders, but the fact they gave her this look is just so cool, and it shows that Spirit's really trying to go out there when it comes to certain concepts. Maybe some props are a little generic, but she's definitely an exception to that, because she looks really unique, and I've never seen a prop like this at all. So yeah, she's really cool and different from most props that we've seen in most of Spirit's history, to be honest, because they chose such an interesting design concept. And the fact they could take something as simple as a spider and weave it into something completely different is just so cool, and it shows the potential for Spirit's team of artists and concept designers. Anyhow, tangent aside, let's begin her video right now. So yeah, that was her demo video, and what can I say, Wanda Webworth is an absolutely stellar animatronic. Not only does she look intimidating, but just the fact that she has the animation that they chose, it's so cool how they gave her the moving legs, but also the mouth movement. It looks so good, it's very fluid, and I like how the little tendrils around her mouth area, I guess you could call those pincers, something like that, but those little things around her mouth, they kind of flop around, which I think looks really cool, and extra creepy, honestly, because they could have made it like a solid plastic or something, but the fact they made it like this almost latexy vinyl material allows for a much more expressive face, which I think is really good. And not only that, but also her audio, I think it's so fitting. The sounds she makes are really gross, and I think that works really well for a spider prop, especially a huge spider prop. But there's really not much to say about her, and it's not because I'm like underwhelmed or anything, far from it. I think she's really cool. if not one of the best for this year. But there's so many positives I can give. I mean, for $270, you can't go wrong with that price. And I feel like she's that one prop that will look a lot bigger in person. She already looks pretty big on the video. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but I don't know, just something about her. Not only does she look good, she makes some great sounds that fit the character super well, and I just think the prop's amazing overall. And she's definitely one I might consider buying this year. I mean, for $270, again, you can't go wrong with that price. I have to say, Spirit Halloween's becoming a lot better when it comes to pricing this year, which I think is a welcome change because, no offense to last year, but there were a lot of props in the $400 range, which I thought was a little ridiculous. But it's nice to see a welcome change this time around. And $270 is very affordable for what you're getting here. I think it's a very good deal. So, yeah, again, there's not much to say about her. I think she's amazing. And again, this is a prop I cannot wait to see in person. I think she's going to be a huge showstopper to many haunts. So yeah, if you're thinking about getting Wanda, I say go for it. You will not be disappointed at all. Anyways, that was my video, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and see you all later.